Good morning. My name is Tyson Kanazawa, and I'll be your chairperson for today's pet memorial service. Are there any visitors or new students and families? If so, welcome to our temple. Could those of you sitting near them help to find the proper pages for the sutras, gathas, and readings? Thank you. First, we'll have the Sambujo on page 24 in the big book, followed by the sutra chanting Juseige on page 23 in the little book, or page 93 in the big book. The page numbers for the sutra book will be displayed on the front screen and on your monitors at home, so please follow along.
세부조 小学、利欲人少年、上映主凡教、しぐむ浄土、一生天人知、自力現代公、無所無才道、少女間空妙、交際集約難、回避知恵言、名詞根門案、閉塞諸悪道、通夏前修門、高僧上満足、いよろじぽ、日月主樹期、天候普賢、一周会王像、公正功徳法、東大集中、ゼポシシク、供養異細分、具足習徳本、元年出上満、得意三界を、女分無下地、通断未不詳、願学営利、投資最小尊、志願や国家、大戦を感動、国書天人、道地妙見、ナマンナボ、ナマンナボ、ナマンナボ、ナマンナボ、ナマンナボ、ナマンナボ、願にしくどく、平等性一切、どんも大心、往生、Namanda, Namanda, 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 Namanda.
Now we will sing the Gatha Buddha Loves You on page 39, page 39, the small service book, followed by the golden chain, which is located on page 2 in the little book, or page 15 in the big book under golden chain 1.
If you can, please rise. Fly, fly, little bird. Buddha loves you, little bird. Tweet, 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 tweet. Run, run, little pup. Buddha loves you, little pup. Wow, 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 wow. Don't cry, pussycat. Buddha loves you, pussycat. Mew, 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 mew. Swim, swim, little fish. Buddha loves you, little fish. Okay. Thank you.
The golden chain.
I'm a link
In
in
Amida's
Amida's golden chain of love that stretches around the world.
I will keep my link bright and strong.
I'll be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amida's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace.
Namo Amida Butsu.
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 Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Now we will have a Dharma lesson by Reverend Mikame.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us from your home and then from the temple. Thank you. So today, I'd like to start with reading one of my favorite picture book in Japan. So I always read this book when I was a child. So yeah, the title is Snail's Sadness. Denden mushi no kanashimi. So can you start the screen? Okay, let's start. Okay. So once there was a snail. One day, this snail realized something very important. Oh, I have been curious until now, but my shell is filled with sadness. What should I do about this sadness? The snail went to visit the friend snail. I can no longer live, said the snail to his friend. What's wrong? Asked the friend's snail. I'm such a unhappy creature. My shell is filled with sadness, replied the first snail. Then the friend snail said, No, you're not alone. I'm plenty of sadness in my shell, too. Thinking that there was nothing to do done about it, the first snail went to visit another friend. Then friend also said, You're not the only one. I have lots of sadness in my shell as well. Then the first snail went to visit another friend again. In this way, The first snail visited each of its friends in turn, but all of them said the same thing. Finally, this first snail realized something. Everyone carries sadness. It's not just me. I must endure my own sadness. And so the first snail stopped lamenting. Okay, thank you. Stop over there. Thank you. Hi. What about you? What about everyone else? Do you have a sadness? Mine is so heavy. I'll show you. Shell is so big. Look at this. Snail Mikame. Okay. Yeah, how about yours? Do you carry sadness too? No stress on your shoulders? Oh, I'm so jealous of you. But everyone carries their own sadness or suffering to greater or lesser extent. There's no way to measure whose sadness is the heaviest. So, yeah, when I was a little, I didn't know much about big sadness. So I was just happy that the last snail in this picture book stopped crying. But as I grew up, I realized that living with a big sadness or suffering can be really hard. But still, I like this story. Okay, so today we're having a service to remember our loved pet. So at my house in Japan, my family has two big Akita dogs. Before then, so can you share the screen? Can I slide? So we used to have a next slide. Oh, can you do the next slide, please? Yes. So this is the picture of the Shiba Inu. So we had the Shiba Inu. So which one do you think this is me? So me, I'm a kind of left one, right one. Right? Do you notice that? Okay. So yeah, it was. So when I was in fourth grade, so a classmate had lots of puppies, and I brought one home, and it was so small and cute. And my sister and I were both very excited, and we named him John. In rural Japan, dogs are often named John. On the first day, we got him. He was so small and not used to his new environment that we felt sorry for him and let him sleep in the entrance of the house. And I remember he peed right there in the entrance. And next slide, please. And one winter, when I was in high school, my mother noticed that the John was acting different than usual. He was lethargic. My mother quickly put him in the styrofoam box and wrapped him in a blanket. So I felt sorry for John. So I regretted not paying more attention to him. And when I saw him as a member of our family, I felt a deep sense of remorse. While gently stroking John's frail body, I said, "I'm sorry, John, but thank you so much for coming to our home." And that night, John passed away quietly. So that was the first time that I had witnessed the living creature take its last breath right in front of me. Even though his life was small and losing him made me feel the significance of that life. Though the parting with him was very sad, John was a precious presence family who taught taught us the importance of life. And then next slide. Okay, next slide, please. Okay. Do you think a snail can live without its shell? What do you think? No, yeah. Would it be turn into a slug? Actually, snails and slugs are different. And a snail can't live without its shell. Just like that, we can get rid of our sadness and keep in living. Shakyamuni Buddha teaches us that life is full of suffering. He showed us that things don't always go the way we want, because things don't go our way. We have to deal with suffering and sadness and many other struggles in life. Sometimes people might make fun of my sadness or not understand it, and I wonder if I'm upset over something small. But Shakyamuni Buddha also taught us about Amida Buddha, who is enshrined in the center of this temple, for those of us who live with our sadness. Amida Buddha help us not just when we die. He also supports us in our lives, like right now. It's okay to cry or be sad. Amida knows our sadness and loneliness, even if it's tiny and seemingly insignificant sadness that nobody cares about. And Amida Buddha promises to always be with anyone who carries sadness, and Amida keeps that promise. Whether we are living or nearing the end of life, whether human or animal, all beings are embraced by the impartial wisdom and boundless compassion, Amida. Amida Buddha is not far away right now. It embraces us in the resonance of Namo Amida Butsu we recite. The Namo Nembutsu filled the great wisdom and compassion. So, Amida carries your sadness together with you. Okay, thank you very much for your kind attention. I'd like to conclude my talk with saying Namo Amida Butsu. If you wouldn't mind, please show me in Kansho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Thank you, Reverend Mikame. We will now sing the Gatha Farewell on page 45 in the Little Service Book, followed by the promise located on page 5 in the Little Book or page 15 in the Big Book.
Dharma school is over for another day. Let us gather round the shrine, bow our heads and say, thank you, teacher, for your help. Thank you, everyone. Buddhas that will keep us safe till our work is done.
the promise. We
We
thank
thank the Buddha for showing us the way of freedom. We endeavor to walk in this noble path every day of our lives.
Nam Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Nam Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Nam Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Thank you, Ringbon Sakamoto, Reverend Mikame, Reverend Jones, Mr. Akazuki, Mrs. Tanabe, organist Mrs. Tsuchimoto, and AV coordinator Mr. Unaka. Are there any announcements?
Good morning. I'm glad I'm the only one up here because I've got a long one here. So I wanted to give a very big thank you to all the parents for your dedication and all of your kids' activities, including Dharma School. So thank you. All of your participation and volunteering for snacks and crosswalk and second adult in the classrooms is very appreciated. Some of our most dedicated volunteers are teachers, so I wanted to speak on their behalf to ask everyone to please stay in communication with your teachers so that if you have a student that will be absent, that they know in advance. So that was one ask. Second is not a warning, but Mochitsuki is coming very quickly. So I am asking for a chairperson to head up a committee to help plan for the Mochitsuki. Hopefully everybody remembers annual event where we make mochi and we do other less sticky activities. So planning that, it takes a little bit of effort in advance of the date. So if you are interested and have bandwidth, please reach out to me. I will also be sending an email. And then this year, Dharma School is planning a year-long Dana project that is going to include all classes. So just giving you a heads up, this is in coordination with Eco Sangha, and it's going to be involving upcycling materials for a local animal shelter. So keep your eyes out for information about that. The teachers will be assisting students and making that program happen. And then finally, you've probably heard this before, that we have several volunteer roles that are either needing to be filled or will need to be filled very soon. So if you can consider filling one of these roles, or if you know someone who might be a great fit for these roles, please let me know. These include teachers' positions, our librarian, junior choir director, DSPO chair, and superintendent. So please come talk to me or reach out to me if you are interested, have bandwidth, or know someone. That's it. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. This is kind of my annual pitch. Soul line dancing is starting up again. So November 3rd, next 2 weeks from now, Sunday, at 11:30, and and then it will continue on, mostly first Sunday of the month at 11:30. So come and join us. We had a great time. We have a great time, and at our last FBWA conference, soul line dancing was one of the workshops, and I have to say it was one of the more popular ones. So come and join us, okay?
Hello, my name is Connor Hara, and I am a scout with Pack 611. Our pack is selling holiday wreaths and centerpieces to fundraise for the pack, and we are stalling in front of the gym today. Please come out and find us outside if you would like a nice holiday wreath or centerpiece for your home to give as a gift. Thank you for supporting Pack 611.
Morning. If you've noticed all the hustle and bustle going on in the gym today, They're doing a rice bowl fundraiser for the Dharma Center. So I already took a peek because my stomach was growling. So it looks really good. So you have choices of vegetarian curry, chicken curry, shoyu wieners, Kahlua pork, Hawaiian sweet and sour chicken. Those are all $10 if I remember correctly. And then there's an edamame rice one for $7. And there's probably other things. There's also a bake sale going on. DSPO is putting on a bake sale. So you can get lunch and you can get dessert. And if you're smart, you can grab extra so you have dinner for tonight. So anyway, that's going on today. Thanks.
Hello again. So next week, November 3rd, we'll have a guest speakers from Japan. So 3 young ministers will visit our temple to observe how temples in America operate. They will lead the Dharma school talk, Dharma school service in the English service for adult, and deliver the Dharma talks in Japanese for the Japanese service. So don't worry, they're gonna give a talk in English. So for the Dharma school in adult English service. So please look forward to it. Thank you.
Sorry, Larry forgot to mention that there's going to be a seed and plant exchange as well in the next, in the gym. So if you want to plant vegetables or something, well, there'll be seeds there, various ones. So come and look at those too. Thank you.
Is there any more announcements? Before everyone leaves the temple, please straighten all the books for the next service. Those of you who are interested are welcome to attend the adult English service following this service. For your safety, please obey the crossing guards and look both ways before crossing the street. Thank you for attending today's service.
If you have a pet picture you'd like to put up, you're welcome to come up and put your picture up. Namandao, 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 namandao.
Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is David Tsukimura, and I'll be your chairperson for today's service. Just a reminder, no food or drinks are allowed in the Hondo, and if you could please silence your cell phones, that would be very much appreciated. Thank you. Before we get started, do we have anybody new here visiting the temple for the first time? Great, thank you. Welcome. Would you like to introduce yourself? Great, appreciate it. Welcome. Thank you very much. We'll begin this morning's service with Sambujo on page 24 in the large service book, followed by Sutra chanting Juseige. You can find that on page 23 of the large, 93 of the large service book, 23 in the small service book.
Namandao, 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 namandao.
Now, can I ask everybody to please rise for Gatha Amida's Paradise on page 36 in the small service book? And then please remain standing for the three treasures, which you can find on page 3 in the small Dharma service book.
There is a breast one country beyond the western sky, a land of joy and sunshine, an Amida's paradise. There are trees and fragrant flowers, they wondrous sweetly grow, and through the sunlit meadows, the living streamlet flow, bright with the rainbow colors, the singing fountain play, and birds of radiant plumage send out their music gay. Their happy hearts of children with grateful songs and play in the fair land and sunshine shall spend an endless day. Okay, so please remain standing for reading of the three treasures, which is located on the page 3 on the same service book. So when you read your part, leader and sangha part, unison part, so there's a line starting with I take a refuge in sangha. There's a line goes the spirit of spirit of universal brotherhood. So please replace the brotherhood with the oneness. So you're gonna read like this. So in a spirit of universal oneness. Okay. Three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life? Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One? Now we hear it. If we do not dare deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be free from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us fervently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May you all together absorb into yourselves the principle of way to enlightenment and awaken yourselves a spring will. I take refuge in Dharma. May you all together be submerged in the depth of doctrine and gaze wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May you all together become units in a true accord, in a life of harmony, in a spiritual universal oneness, free from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Thank you. Please be seated.
Okay, now we'll have our Dharma talk with Reverend Jones.
Please join me in Kansho. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda. Namanda. Well, good morning. Thank you for being here in the Hondo, and thank you for those of you who are watching online or later on YouTube. Appreciate it. We're observing today the Pet Memorial, as you can see up here. And this for people who have lost pets over the years. You know, Elaine and I are basically cat people. Although we like dogs too, we've only during our 43 years of marriage had cats, 7 to be exact. And they came to us in 3 groups, 3, 2, and 2. The big 3, as we used to call them, were Sunny, Sadie, and Rusty. Sadie was with us for over 20 years. Then there was Rocky and Twinkie. They were with us for over 15 years. Then we got Frodo and Sully. We only had Frodo for about 10 years, but Sully was well over 20 when he passed. These were 7 lives with whom we shared our home, our children, and our grandchildren. These were sentient beings who touched our lives with their unique personalities, their habits, and their idiosyncrasies. Each of the 7 have at least one unique story of their behavior or personality that still occupies a place in our hearts. On the morning that Elaine went into labor with our oldest child, Stuart, Rocky was hit by a car. We discovered him in the bushes in front of our dining room and took him to the vet. As the vet examined him and Elaine experienced a couple of contractions, the vet very calmly told us that they would take care of Rocky, but we should go, since the vet said, "We don't do babies here." But less is tale, Rocky recovered nicely. How do these animals find their way into our hearts? And how is it that they entrench themselves so completely in our hearts, our minds, and our family? They are, after all, part of our family. It's true that neither cats nor dogs may necessarily grow attached to every member of the family. Quite often, they'll play favorites and may completely ignore anyone else. But once you become their target human, their love is unconditional. They don't judge. Well, okay, cats sometimes judge you. Some may say the reasons are obvious. You feed them, you provide them with a home, warmth, and protection. Dogs are almost always happy to see you, and they are very expressive about it. Cats can sometimes be expressive, but sometimes it feels like when you come home, they're not really saying welcome home, they're saying, "Where have you been? You haven't fed me for hours." These are sentient beings. They have a brain, they have memory, they have feelings. Cats can be quite territorial, including treating you as part of their territory. And they protect you from other cats, sometimes from small children. Dogs can do more with, but dogs can be extremely protective and territorial, but their territory has more to do with you than with them. It might be helpful to try to understand all of this from their perspective. My brother-in-law, Rich Sugimoto, who some of you may know, was a San Jose police officer. When he was on the force, he was on the canine unit. His first dog was named Quox. Now, Quox was a very large German Shepherd who could be very friendly, but when he was working, he could look quite menacing. Rich had Quox when his 2 daughters, Denise and Christy, were in elementary school. And one day back then, I was playing with the girls in the front yard, and Quox was there, just lying on the porch. At one point, I picked Christy up, the younger one, and started running around with her in my arms. Within about 2 seconds, Quox was in front of me, ready to charge, and he barked a couple very large barks. I understood the order very well. Put the child down. I did, and Quox returned to his watchful post on the porch. There's a wonderful book series written by David Michier called The Dalai Lama's Cat. The books follow the life of this adopted cat with the Dalai Lama, his staff, and the people in the surrounding community. The story is all told from the viewpoint of the cat. Her name is HHC, His Holiness's cat. HHC teaches us many lessons about life and lessons from a Buddhist perspective. She teaches us that love and compassion can change our perspective from a selfish view to a view that focuses on others. She teaches us that our character is built as a result of our thoughts, words, and deeds that become our habits. I've spoken before about my challenges over the years with anger, and I've mentioned that the writings of Thich Nhat Hanh have been very helpful for me on that topic, and especially his book called Anger, In the books about the Dalai Lama's cat, HHC, His Holiness's cat, also teaches us about anger, telling a story about the Dalai Lama's conversation with the woman who cooked for him. She was the queen of the kitchen. It was her domain. And if anyone did anything to hamper her efforts in that room, they earned her wrath. The level of anger and frustration did not go unnoticed by the Dalai Lama or by HHC. As told by HHC, the Dalai Lama spoke with the cook, Mrs. Trincy, and asked her some questions, got her to understand that her anger came and went. That is, it was not permanent. And this reality offered her the opportunity to practice the opposite of anger, patience. Therefore, the kitchen becomes not just her domain, but also her dojo, her place of practice, not just for cooking, but for life. I found this book series very entertaining. Cats can be a bit aloof at times, so the way that HHC went through life with the Dalai Lama and the others felt well within my view of cats. Over time, HHC begins to channel the Dalai Lama, and she becomes just a bit more patient, or at least it seems so to me. Elaine and I have had the opportunity to raise and enjoy 10 sentient beings, 3 children, 7 cats. And now we're on to the next level, helping on some level with 3 grandchildren, 4 cats, and a dog. My family had a dog when I was very young, but not since. We watch Phoebe, our daughter Lizzie's dog, once in a while, and I spend time with her on walks and playing with her in the backyard. It's a great experience and helps replenish the store of unconditional love in your life. Our animals become part of our family. They can be like children to us, siblings to our children. They not only find a place to settle in your house, in your favorite chair, on the couch, on your bed, or even in your lap. They also find a place to settle in your heart and in your mind. Although it has been well over 10 years since we lost the last of the big 3, the first cats we had in our marriage, we still tell stories about them, how they made us laugh, how they made us feel wanted, how they sat with us without judgment when we just wanted to be at peace, and how they broke our hearts when they were gone. It makes no difference that they were not human. It makes no difference that we did not speak their language. There was an interdependence between us. We needed them as much as they needed us. And our relationship was subject to the same impermanence as we have with humans in our lives. And just like the humans in our lives, they have taught us things. They have helped us grow. They have provided us with an object of our love and kindness. Our pets have provided us with the memories which we treasure. They are sentient beings, and they are, like us, assured of place in the Pure Land. It is no wonder we hold them so dearly. So you won't see me for the next couple of weeks. Tuesday I'll go up to the Berkeley Jodo Shinshu Center and spend 10 days in Kyoshi training. So similar to my trip to Kyoto last year for Tokudo, this time in Berkeley for 10 days. And thanks to a lot of help by Reverend Mikame and Rinban Sakamoto and many others, hopefully I'll get through it without too much problem. So I won't be here for a little bit. But I will be thanking everybody, so appreciate all your support as well through all of this. Please join me in Gassho. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Thank you.
Great, thanks, Reverend Jones, and good luck to you in the next 10 days. Now I ask everybody to please rise for Gatha Ondokusan II on page 76 in the small service book.
きてもしゃすべし。ナモアミダ仏。ナモアミダ仏。ナモアミダ仏。ナモアミダ仏。ナモアミダ仏。Please be seated. Thank you.
Do we have any announcements?
Hello. For those who may not have heard, today we're having our Rice Bowl fundraiser in the multipurpose room, so please join us. There's 5 different kinds of toppings you can put on rice, plus they have a bunch of other stuff. So please come enjoy yourself. It is a fundraiser for the Dharma Center, and as you know, the Dharma Center is this building we're trying to build. And hopefully everyone will come and eat something, because whatever's left over, I'm going to be eating for the next month. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Kenji Akahoshi, and I'll be doing some introductory classes in November. 3 Wednesdays, November 6th, 13th, and 20th. It'll be in the boardroom and on Zoom. So if you're interested, there's a board with, Kevin has one. You might sign it after the service with your name and email, so you'll have the information. And I think Gilbert will also have some information. Anyway, if you've attended classes I did last spring, this will be a little different. The first one will be information that I did before, and if you've been doing the practices, then the things will make sense. If you haven't, then this will just be another talk. The second session will be about contemporary interpretation of Amida, and the third session will be a contemporary interpretation of Pure Land. So anyway, if you're interested, please come or Zoom in online. Also, I don't know if people know about Reverend Michael Jones's classes on Wednesday. It's the second and Tuesdays, 2nd and 4th. I guess you might. Are you still doing it this month? Okay, with his challenges of his Kyoshi studies. But anyway, he has a class going on the 2nd and 4th Tuesdays at 7, mostly on Zoom, I think. So you're invited to attend those. Thank you.
Good morning. Lindy Chinaga has asked me to make a couple announcements for her. So in addition to the Rice Bowl fundraiser that's going on over there, apparently there's a seed sharing and plant sharing activity going on that starts at 11:30 or maybe sooner. They're going to have a guest presenter, Jeannie Paris, who's a master gardener and will be speaking about fava beans. Fava beans. Do you like fava beans? My wife loves fava beans. I think they just stink, but you know. Anyway, the second thing is she wanted me to announce is she's starting up her soul line dancing classes again, but I tuned out when she was talking about it. So Steve, do you know what date that's starting again? Probably the 3rd? Yeah. So next Sunday? Yeah. Oh. Okay. She said November 3rd. Okay, so next Sunday. That's next Sunday, right? I really should pay attention more. Okay. I won't tell her you said that. Okay, thank you.
Okay, next Sunday, November 3rd, we'll have a guest speakers from Japan. So there are 3 young ministers will come in from Japan for their training. They're going to visit our temple to observe how temples in America operate. And they will give a Dharma talk in English for the Dharma school session, Dharma school service, and English service, adult English service. And also, they're gonna deliver a talk in Japanese for the Japanese language service too. So please look forward to it. Thank you.
Great, thank you. I just want to say thank you to Rinban Sakamoto, Reverend Mikame, Reverend Jones, Dennis Akizuki and Sumi Tanaba for today's service. I also thank Colleen Tsuchimoto, our organist, and Brandon Onaka as our AV coordinator. Now we'll have closing gasho, and following that, invite everybody to come up and offer incense.
Okay, please join me in gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu.